day 15 of monkeypox.
After adult film entertainer Silver Steele tested positive for monkeypox, he started to document his painful struggle from isolation in Texas.
I don't want anybody to have to go through this. So if my story will help people possibly change their behaviors or attempt to go get vaccinated, then it'll be worth it.
It's a trend. Social media is key to raising awareness at ground zero of this health crisis, the gay community. 98% of cases so far are among men who have sex with men, according to the World Health Organization. But sex is not required to transmit the virus. It's passed on primarily through close skin-on-skin physical contact.
Do you feel that there is a stigma?
100%. First of all, it's easy to label it as a gay disease, but this virus doesn't go, oh, I'm going to find a gay person. Oh, look, there's another gay person. It's just going to find a human.
From a sexual health clinic in East London, Dr. Ian Reeves says he witnessed the early days of the outbreak.
To start off with, all of us were a little bit in the dark, to be honest with you. You know, kind of it's not an infection that I was familiar with at all.
Now healthcare workers are playing catch-up, trying to vaccinate those most at risk faster than the virus can spread.
Clinics like this one had to react quickly to the outbreak, training their staff, preparing tests, giving out dozens of vaccinations a day. It's put a strain on health services, and there's no sign the demand is letting up.
So here's your consent form.
Word of mouth and public messaging are driving more and more to come forward for their shot.
Just relax at home.
And people are, I think, taking this seriously and making sure that they're protecting themselves and protecting each other and the rest of the community.
But monkeypox cases are still on the rise. And with limited vaccine supply, containment still presents a challenge.
Seeing that some friends of mine had it and they had it quite bad, so I thought better.
And healthcare workers are scrambling to access a historically marginalized population.
One of the concerns I have is that the people that will get into the vaccine clinics are going to be kind of the best connected. And so that can leave people who, you know, historically are less well served by health services behind a little bit.
And that's why, alongside public health messaging, grassroots voices are making an impact. So far, more than 1 million people around the world have viewed Steele's video.
How does that make you feel to know that your message is being heard?
Fulfilled. That what I'm going through, what other people are going through, isn't for nothing. Because I'm telling you, you don't want this. It's painful.
A community rallying to prevent a new disease from taking hold.
All right, Shalom. I want to start out by giving our praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Kakodash. I'd like to give double honors unto the apostles and the artists of Great Millstone, where our land is true from. And I'd like to say peace and salutations unto the hopefully elect. And today I just, pretty much want to go into, the clip that I featured, I'm going to bring out a couple scriptures, Lord willing, this lesson is edifying and straight to the point. And as you know, the current, outbreak of the pox, the MP, is primarily affecting those that live, the alternative lifestyle. Now that man, he was a adult entertainer, of, the alternative lifestyle, and he pretty much got it. And he's saying, he's fulfilled that, other people are aware of it, it's madness at the end of the day. But that's pretty much judgment from the Lord, because that's pretty much what he's doing. It's a vile act. He's he's a sodomite, so that's pretty much his judgment. But I'm not gonna ramble too long. I'm just gonna bring out the scriptures. This is the book of Romans, chapter 1 and verse 26. For this cause Yahweh gave them up unto vile affections, for even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature, and likewise also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman, burned in their lust one toward another, men with men, working that which is unseemly, and receiving in themselves the recompense of their error, which was met. Excuse me. And pretty much, that's what that man got. Him and other men like him that live that alternative lifestyle. This is the recompense for their error, that particular disease, that particular pestilence, And as he said, it's painful, It's like it's pretty much painful. He's in pain and it's all over, his face pretty much. And again, this is why, men are not to lie with other men, because that's a wicked, abominable, filthy act, Just like you, bear with me. Okay, that's it. Leviticus chapter 20 and 13, and it says, if a man also lie with mankind, as he lieth with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination, they shall surely be put to death, their blood shall be upon them. And again, he's, an adult film star, and he's performing, abominable acts, on camera. So that's pretty much what he gets, that's his judgment for doing those wicked acts, This is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 6 and verse 9. Know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of Yahweh? Be not deceived, neither fornicators, nor idolaters, nor adulterers, nor effeminate, nor abusers of themselves with mankind, neither thieves, nor covetous, nor drunkards, nor revelers, nor extortioners shall inherit the kingdom of Yahweh. And pretty much, again, that particular sluggia, that particular disease is judgment from the Lord, because we live in a very, very wicked society, because America pushes that wicked vibration throughout the world. And the Lord, is pretty much opening up, He's turning up that judgment. This is one of the many ways that He is going to judge, the wicked, especially those that live, this alternative lifestyle. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24 and verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. There shall be famine and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. And yes, things are ramping up. We're getting closer and closer to the time of Jacob's trouble. One of the many things that are going to contribute to Jacob's trouble are these pestilences, these particular diseases, these particular outbreaks that are going to take place, where people are just going to be dropping dead, And again, it's judgment from the Lord. And, they're also trying to roll out, the juice for it, But they said it's pretty much in short supply. But ultimately, they just want to get everyone to, they pretty much prepped everyone, with the C19 jab. And then, they're going to try to get those that have, the pox to get the jab for that, But this is pretty much what this is going to lead up to, also. Because, not to get off track, but it's pretty much playing hand to hand, because they want to give you, that shot to fight off that particular disease when in fact it's going to lead up into, the MOTB. This is the book of Isaiah chapter 36 and verse 6. Lo, thou that trustest in the broken slack you. Lo, thou trustest in the staff of this broken reed on Egypt, whereon if a man lean, it will go into his hand and pierce it. So is Pharaoh king of Egypt, all that trust in him. Slakia in Esau Edom, he is the modern day Pharaoh, In America, it's spiritually known as Sodom and Egypt. It's known as Sodom because, of the particular practices that take place, again, as the video featured, that was featured in the beginning, that's a prime example of why America is known as Sodom and Egypt, because of the hardcore bondage, which the Israelites had to endure. The hell that we caught in this land and that we're still pretty much catching, But those that trust in Esau Edom, this is what they're going to have to do. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 13, and I'm going to start at 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And that's going into the elect of the nation of Israel, those of the elect, you know, because ultimately all of the elect are going to reject it, but, you know, certain members of the elect, you know, that will be beheaded for the testimony of our Lord Yahweh Shai, you know, they're going to be killed because they don't accept, you know, that thing. Verse 16, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man. Excuse me. And this number is 666. And yes, you know, Revelation 13 verse 16 on down is going into, you know, the RFID, CHIP, you know, the chip. That's pretty much what it is. That's what it is, you know. And that's pretty much what, you know, these particular shots that, you know, Esau is having these people get to try to fight off these diseases is going to lead up to that. You know, and the prime example is, you know, when the C-19 broke out and then they finally came out, you know, with the juice from these various companies, you know, people rushed to get it, but the elect didn't get it, you know, just like, you know, the elect will be delivered from these particular pestilences that are going to take place, you know, in the near future. But pretty much, you know, that's what I wanted to go into. But that's the time that we're living in. You know, this is the current outbreak, you know, the pox. Something else may break out, but then again, it may not. But, you know, things are still pretty much, you know, getting worse and worse by the day, you know. So, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory due to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. I'd like to give double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who I learned this truth from. And I'd like to say peace and salutations unto the hopefully elect. Till the next time I say shalom.